Hello and welcome to the race here from Dragon Trail Seaside. You can watch the qualifying if you click on the card top right hand corner. If not, straight into the race. You can see I'm starting in 18th in this rolling start. It wasn't necessarily a bad qualifying. I'm just in a newly rated B category and I'm not quite as fast as some of the ones further ahead. So what can we do from here? Can we make up any places? Can we stay out of trouble? That's what it's really all about now. Just seeing what we do. We're thinking of 2 10-lap stints on mediums with maybe a final lap on hard, 3 laps on hard, sorry, but we're not sure. We did do some lobby racing, practice racing, and we did manage to get some laps in with the mediums, so we're hoping we can do 2 stints of 10 laps, as I say, on those medium tyres. So let's stay out of trouble. We've gained a place there, as I think it was, I'm not sure, one of the drivers spun off in front there, so we've gained a place already. As we come down through these S-type curves, there we go, there's one, struggling for grip, get temperature in those tyres on this first lap. It was obviously full of fuel. It's quite amazing how different the car feels at the beginning of the race when it is full of fuel, and at the end of the race you can brake a fair bit later, but now we've lost that place to Burnsy, who started behind me on the grid. It must have been Ivory that spun off on that first lap. Now we come through this very Monaco-esque couple of chicanes there, and down towards the final hairpin to complete the first lap. A little bit wide on that apex there, but maybe I can claw that back on a better exit. But basically, someone nipped into the pits already, so he's obviously chosen to come in on whatever tyre he's on and change tyres. And yeah, we've 2 people must have come in the pits there, yeah, Anchovy and another one that I missed. So we're now up to 16th, but obviously now 2 people have pitted from further up the field and have fresher tyres, but we're 4 seconds ahead of Ice Manic 42, who's also, in fact, we got 4 Brits, 15th, 16th, 17th and 18th. Burnsy does take 14th spot, but he has got a second penalty, as I do a really good initial sector on this second lap. So looking good so far. We're just biding our time, keeping it clean, looking for opportunities. And I say we've gained 2 places due to a couple of early pit stops from other drivers. But we're right behind this battle here for 13th. Oh, nearly nipped up the inside there. Now I say this is the manufacturers, and if you missed the qualifying video, that actually showed me signing my contract. I'm driving for Audi. This race is the Audi R8. You get loaned 2 vehicles for the series. I chose Audi, so I get a TT for the Group 4 races and this R8 for the Group 3 races. But obviously there's Porsches, there's Astons, there's God knows, and it depends which manufacturer everyone picks. There's Nissan, obviously, Dodge. But yeah, I'm in my Audi R8, so we'll see what we can do here. We've gained another place during those little complexes as we cross the line for the second time in 14th. Now, is that because someone else has nipped into the pits, I'm assuming? But we've got 15th Ice Manic right behind us. No, we haven't. Now we've got Etch. Oh, they're fighting for position behind me. Keep swapping over places, and you can see them in the mirror at the top. They're both right behind me. So what's going to happen with this, coming up to fast right-hander before a slow hairpin at the top of the course, and then heading downhill through those S's again. And this is all about the entry speed into this first corner here. So you've got a little bit of a break, and if you get your line and your entry speed right, you can then power through all the corners. But if you don't, then it messes up the whole section. Fortunately that time wasn't too bad. although we've got Estefanchon now. I think we looked up the inside, but he braked earlier than I did, so I've kept that 14th place for now. I've even gone half a second faster of my own time as well, not the fastest but of my own time, best lap. And this section is really hard because you've really, you see I even bumped into the wall a fraction there, but I had already gained over half a second there, so I've, despite that error exiting that complex, I've still kept 14th because obviously I went through the initial sections faster, but they've caught me up. So again, we're all close together in this battle for the midfield. This car's just ahead, this car's just behind. We crossed the line for the third time in 14th place with a 142.8. Qualifying, if I remember right, it was a 141.2. Again, you can watch that clicking on the card at the top if you really want to now. Hopefully you've already watched it and are waiting for this race. We were a bit late with the update of the video because I was on holiday this week. So if you're watching it kind of now, which is like middle of September 2020, then that's why the race video was delayed a little bit in being published. But obviously if you're watching it years later and you come to these videos, then obviously you can watch them back to back. So I hope you're still watching these, I hope you're still enjoying these if you're watching them. So we've just dropped a place on this 4th lap. We're currently in 15th, but still 3 places up on our start time. We haven't pitted yet. We're looking to pit on lap 10 for our first change of tyres, if indeed we can get there. So far so good. We're avoiding some trouble. We're still going faster, looking at those sector times. It's all about concentration there. Maybe I avoided the wall, but it maybe wasn't the fastest line through there that time. Although we're only 9/10 from Estefanchon in ahead of me. But now we've got, I believe one of those early pitters, HC Sif Juffert. Don't know how you pronounce that, I apologise, but he's one of those early pit stops, so he's obviously a far faster driver. So we'll let him go. We won't ruin our race by battling him. He's pitted early, he's obviously further up the grid, and he's obviously fairly faster. Although, a bit of out brake, but late braking there, but someone late braked even later than me, and a couple of knocks, and I've lost a place again. So, I say we're the first time racing this series whilst in a B rated driver. The win at the Nations Cup round 1, so that win in the Nations Cup where I was a C rated driver actually promoted me up to the Bs. But now I'm one of the lower ranked of the B-rated drivers, so obviously as a B-rated driver I'm going to be facing many drivers who are probably faster than me, being at the lower end of the scale. That's alright, it's just all about experience, racing with cars, and enjoying the race, in which I do whatever level I'm at. I just enjoy the race, and you've seen my other videos maybe if you click on my channel and look at our karting videos, which are mainly my son. Maybe the odd one or two there me racing as well, but yeah, me and my son go karting at our local team sport track in Hull here. So if you're ever there, oh yeah, I completely lost concentration there. Actually forgot what corner I was at. So skidded into the barrier on the inside of that final chicane, and then now what this has done, it actually damages your car, not permanently, but as you can see I've got no power whatsoever. My engine light in that little tyre logo area is now flashing red, and what that means is it's recreating the effect of having loss of power for some time being because of the damage I took to the walls. It doesn't last forever, but really I should have probably taken that time to maybe pit as I was going slowly anyway. But there you go, we've got our power back. The flashing red light's gone again, but we have lost our places. We gained up and we're back in 18th and only 1.8 seconds of Tahiti in 19th. So back to square one. Poor lap, 149.6, not great. Lack of concentration through those chicanes at the bottom of the circuit has cost me dearly. The tyres aren't in too bad a shape at the moment. but I've really got to start concentrating. Yeah. Momentary lapse of concentration in completely the wrong place. Had it been somewhere down here I might have got away with it, but not coming through that double chicane. Monaco-esque harbour, and going through the swimming pool complex. So we'll try that again. Oh, there's someone who spun there. We have gained 1 place back. I'm not the only one making mistakes. It has been my only one so far. As indeed I go deep again. Very deep again. Missed the barrier on the inside that time, but because of my wrong line, wrong speed, I clip it on the outs, on the coming out of there, and really that's a really bad couple of laps. We haven't lost the power from the engine side in that collision. It wasn't quite that bad, but it still wasn't a great couple of laps. As someone pits, Tighty goes wide. So Estefan actually pits but comes out ahead of us there. So are we going to gain a place there? Yes we are, as he comes out the exit. And we're also closing in. Can we get any late braking done here? Get past. Oh, well, we did, but I think he's still on the inside. No, we've actually made a place there up as well. So gained 2 places back. Guy come out the pits and late braking into that corner. So when we have a good lap, when we have some good racing put together, corners and racing lines, we can fight it amongst these guys down the back of this midfield and back markers here. We can live with these other races, but it's just a case of hooking up the clean laps as well. I mean, you see lap 5 and lap 6, a 149 and 147. That's a good 6 and 7 seconds off the pace. So we do need to concentrate. We do need to get the lines right, and actually remember what corner we're at. I think the first one of those races, those laps, I actually forgot where I was. And the second one was just, I don't know, overdriving maybe, lack of concentration again. As Esther Fanchon comes through. There we go, that's a better line there. That's much better. We kept our speed up, you see there. The speed was kept above 110 through that bit there, so that's good. That's how we want to do it every lap. So coming up to complete lap 7. The late apex, still slightly missed it, but it's probably a line you can get away with there. And cross the line. Yeah, still a bit slow, still a bit of a scruffy lap, 143.9, but certainly better than the previous 2. And like I said, the tyres are going to be dropping off. So that's 7 laps completed on these medium tyres. We've still got 3 more to go to our thought of our first pit stop, so hopefully we can still get there. Braking for the hairpin, tight brake. We're 1.3 seconds ahead of Icemanic from the UK behind me. We have got a good sector there, 8/10 my fastest. So coming through the S's, get your line right to start with. It's probably going a bit deep into there. Got the that's not too bad. So we've actually gained over a second through that section on Icemanic. Now he's 2.7 behind now, 2.8, 2.9. So again, we can race with these guys. It's just about keeping those laps clean, keeping the concentration levels up. Still 7/10 fast, our fastest lap. Get this light right. There we go. There you go. Even better that time. It kept the speed above 114 through that bit there. And coming up to the final hairpin, 3.4 seconds ahead of, well, it's Moron 91 now in 16th place. He's overtaken Icemanic. We get that last corner very wide, very deep, unfortunately. So what's this lap time going to be? Is this going to be one of our fastest? Yes, it is a 141.7, 8/10 quicker than my previous best. So we're mixing it up around 14th at the moment. We haven't pitted yet, as Anchovy does pit and comes out in 16th behind me. Moron's 91 is slowly gaining on those 3.5 seconds he was half a lap ago. So it's clearly I'm not the fastest, but again, that's okay. I race at my own pace, which is as fast as I can go, and I just do as well as I can. That's what it's all about. Do the best as you can, clean as you can, and with as much concentration as you can. But we've only really had a couple of glaring errors so far through that double chicane at the bottom. So if we can keep it clean, we've got one more lap to go after this one. So if we can, here we come up to the hairpin at the bottom. And into this swimming pool type complex again, here at the fictional track in Croatia. And no, I feel like that possibly was another error. I don't know if it was lack of grip or just completely the right. In fact, I think I forgot where I was again there in the race. So that's the third error I've made at the same place on this track. And really, looking at the state of my tyres, I should have probably, in hindsight, pitted there. But I chose to go for the 10 laps that I'd provisionally thought of before the race. So here we are, one more lap to go. Can I make it round this lap? I'm still in 15th, so we're not bad. We are going to lose obviously most of those places looking at the... Oh, yeah, I feel I really am. Oh, no. I do feel like in those first couple of corners I am losing grip in these tyres. Maybe I should have pitted at the end of lap 9. So there we go, there's 16th going by. We have got 13 seconds back to Icemanic behind us. He may well have pitted. So, no, I've lost the grip. I've lost the grip in the tyres. I can't even make it around these simple corners that I have done many times before. Come on. So there you go. Just lost 18 seconds there. Getting back on the track. Having some errors. Tyres have almost completely gone. I'm really, I can't even get around the S's in that low speed. Yeah, you can see I'm just sliding all over the place now. What a disaster. All because I've tried eking out a 10th lap on these tyres. I should have pitted earlier. Despite me errors on lap 5 and 6, that was a decent race I was having. I was up some places, and now I can't even get around these simple corners. My tyres are completely gone. I've got no grip whatsoever. Absolutely no grip whatsoever. So now I'm just got no confidence coming through here. So I'm just taking it far too cautiously. I've just got no confidence in my tyres. I'm just hoping to get around the final corner into the pits, and I think all we can do at this point in 19th place with 13 seconds now behind 18th. It looks like one driver's already dropped out. So our only option now really is to put hards on, which I haven't had much practice on in the lobby. But we'll put hards on and we'll just see where we go from here. We've obviously lost a lot of time. We're obviously way behind any driver now. Put in an extra 4 laps of fuel in just to get to the end of the race if we should desire. So we don't have to pit for fuel. Whether we have to pit for tyres again, I just don't know. But all we can do now is just see where we get. Obviously it's about a 13-second pit stop now. You see I'm 26, 27 places behind, and now I'm starting to get blue flags as the leaders are right behind me. So we've pitted to the end of we've switched to the end of the race now. We have been lapped. We did stop again for mediums, but again we're 27. We haven't gained any time. We haven't gained any positions. So it wasn't a great second half to the race at all. After that 10th lap with no grip and losing all that time. So thanks for sticking with me. Well, we missed that second half of the race because there was nothing to see at all. So we got lapped by the top 2 drivers, and there we go, come home last. Started 18th, finished 18th. 2 drivers dropped out, so effectively it was last. So there was a learning curve. I do need to have more practice beforehand on the relevant tyres, see how long they can actually last. I've done that before, but I just maybe didn't have enough time, didn't spend enough time in the lobby on the settings that I like to mimic the race with. So there we go. Not a great race. Good start to the race. Just tried to make those tyres last longer than they could. 18th best. It's my first race in the manufacturer, so obviously that's a personal best rank for the current season. Thanks for watching. We'll try and do better in the next one.